I lived solidly in Cornwall only for 4 years, but for my whole life we've always had a member of the family that's lived there. So firstly it was my granddad, and then it was my brother, and then so we'd always have a place up there, and then it was my mother, and then I moved there. That was the last one. There was one place that I'd always wanted to work, and I sort of emailed them when we were in conversation, and then they just said come in. And then it was sort of from that moment that I was like, yeah, it's definitely going to happen, definitely going to have to leave. It's all, especially in those communities back at home as well, it's like you're raised to almost see London in a light that's really negative and really thought badly of. So like even they have a name for Londoners that call it Emmets, which means tiny ants. It's almost like when you leave those communities and come to here, it's like it's almost like frowned upon a little bit. It's like quite scary of all those sort of preconceptions you have of it to then move there. My brother used to be a really talented surfer, and we used to drive down for him quite a lot, and then it was just sort of natural that I was always sort of growing up, I was like, didn't really have the opportunity to go as much as he did, so I sort of picked up skating, and then as soon as I had the freedom and the money to sort of buy my own boards and go on my own trips and have friends that did it as well, I was straight on it. I always preferred it to skating because you sort of have that connection to the natural world, whereas skating is just purely concrete. So I got into it just through that, just watching him and how much he enjoyed it and how much energy it gave him. I was like, I need to get a bit of that. Yeah, I still carried on with skating, trying to sort of connect that to surfing a bit and enjoy it, and taking up cycling, because I guess it's that same thing of like you can't really do it and not think about nothing but it while you're doing it, which I feel like is in it. All of the hobbies that I do is like they're all activities where you can't think of anything else but that while you're doing it. Yeah, it's sort of quite strange when you first move up, because it's like such a huge part of your identity. It's like just redundant. You're just like you sort of feel like you don't have anything to do or like to offer anyone. You just sort of feel like stripped of sort of everything you spend your life trying to do. This is like quite strange.
Possibly.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Clapham skate community is really strong, and there's quite a lot of people because it's a city, which is nice. Whereas the Cornish skate community is quite small. We definitely don't have the same ability to like. It's not as accessible in Cornwall, it's a lot harder to get to, so it's nice to be able to take that up again.
It's the only spot in South London that's lit in the winter. Yeah, so the closest is South Bank, but it just gets really busy. But here's free, super good and well lit until late. Yeah, it's really nice, everyone's really friendly, it's like much better and like less cliquey than maybe some of the North London skate parks. Yeah, it's that same thing, and it's like a flow around something where you're like just sort of cruising around instead of maybe like something that's a bit more mindless, like running. You have to think and sort of be a bit more on your feet. And it's also a bit more social, which is really nice. It sort of gets you out just hanging out with people from work or like your other friends, meet new people and stuff. It's nice.